Today on Santa Monica Update.
What's happening inside this building could change the way Santa Monica residents think about violence. I'm Rick Boone. The story coming up.
In honor of National Fair Housing Month, the question was, what is reasonable accommodation?
There were tears, cheers, and celebration at this year's PAL Recognition Luncheon. Catch all the festivities right here.
We have those stories and more news from the city of Santa Monica. I'm Tamara Henry.
Santa Monica Update, your source for local news in Santa Monica. Santa Monica Update starts now.
The work of rejuvenating and extending the life of the Santa Monica Pier has begun. Old wooden pilings will be pulled from the sea floor to be replaced with more durable concrete pilings. Up top, decking will be removed and replaced. A 20-foot wide pedestrian trestle will be added to the south side, extending 175 feet west. Through it, all pier businesses will still be in operation, including Pacific Park. So come on down to enjoy the pier and bring the kids. It's lots of fun for them. For info, simply go to santamonicapier.org. The Santa Monica Police Department is calling attention to their pedestrian safety video starring June Lockhart. Released when Tim Jackman was chief of police, the 9-minute video gives simple safety tips for seniors and others walking in Santa Monica. Because our city is such a vibrant place, cars and pedestrians sometimes don't interact very well. So take a look and refresh yourself on safety tips for pedestrians. It may give you something to think about and discuss with others. You'll find the video on the SMPD website at santamonicapd.org. Look for the green Pedestrian Safety link. You may need to wait a minute until it shows up. When it does, click on it to access the video. Herb Alpert, the Grammy Award-winning band leader and soloist, has donated 3 bronze sculptures to the city for display during the next year. Located on Olympic Boulevard near 26th Street, the tall, iconic sculptures called Black Totems highlight the developing Bergamot Art District and Transit Village. April was Fair Housing Month. The Santa Monica City Attorney's Office held a seminar with the Consumer Protection Unit. The focus was fair housing and reasonable accommodation. Here's my report. About 30 people turned out for the Consumer Protection Unit seminar on fair housing and reasonable accommodations, which is now in its 7th year.
So I think we're seeing fewer really severe cases because of the success of this workshop and our awareness activities.
From accommodations to modifications for tenants with disabilities or medical conditions, each need is taken on a case-by-case basis. Every need calls for a creative solution, and sometimes all that is needed is a simple letter.
That letter does not have to go into details, personal details about the tenant's disability. It doesn't even have to name their disability. It just has to say that there is a disability and that there is a need for this particular accommodation.
The seminar had interesting facts, like, for example, only buildings built after 1991 can be subject to reasonable modifications. Lots of buildings say no pets, but service animals can be an exception if the tenant can prove their medical need with a letter from their doctor.
So service dogs, I think, it's important that they're respected and that their relationship with their handler is respected.
I have always argued that a below-market rent-controlled tenant in Santa Monica has a target on their back, and they are easy pickings for some unscrupulous landlords. We have many great landlords in the city of Santa Monica, and we have a few bad apples too.
Even though this seminar happens only once a year, they will continue to take cases all year round. Reporting for Santa Monica Update, I'm Tamara Henry. For more information or to submit a complaint, visit the website for the city's Consumer Protection Unit. You'll find it at smconsumer.org. Santa Monica leads the way in California by moving violence out of homes and neighborhoods. The city is doing it by changing the way we think about each other. Santa Monica Update's Rick Boone shows us a program that could make our city safer for decades to come.
There is a growing danger in Santa Monica that some don't see that often: violence.
Men commit overwhelmingly, shamefully so, violent crime.
Miguel Angel Perez is becoming a definition of his middle name, a spiritual social worker with the Male Violence Prevention Project, a group leading the way in changing how violent behavior among men can develop in the brain, especially when most of that aggression comes from men. He says it's all about stopping the root before it grows into a young man and showing grown men how their forcefulness, if not turned down, can destroy our neighborhoods.
We're looking to work with men and women who influence young men.
Since the MVPP began in 2010, the project has teamed with Santa Monica PD, churches, community leaders, and schools, all targeting men by forming discussions of how to build positive role models. Many times it's like a scientific experiment, starting with a conversation of a group of men from all different types of backgrounds and learning why they and their peers have played a role in everything from child abuse to gang violence to domestic abuse and community abuse.
We don't approach people and say, this is what you have to do. We have a conversation about what's going on, the issues, and then they take that back into their personal lives and their professional lives, and then they can work with their colleagues or family to sort of change the ills that might be taking place in their backyard.
Perez knows his job isn't easy. Results won't happen overnight, but he is hoping that every resident will do their part in building better people. That's been the goal of the Ocean Park Community Center, the governing agency running the MVPP, and a long list of other projects helping build better lives for residents. The OPCC continues to provide counseling and housing for victims of abuse, a haven for those suffering from mental illness, a shelter for the homeless, senior services with activities they like that keeps their mind young. And the list goes on, especially for helping countless others find that permanent housing. But for reducing male violence, your help is needed to change the way everyone thinks in Santa Monica. MVPP has taken the first step. Now they just want you to walk with them.
There's so many organizations involved and we're all working together, because this would never work if it was just us here at OPCC and Sojourn doing the work.
For Santa Monica Update, I'm Rick Boone reporting.
If you have questions or want more information, you can call the MVPP at 310-264-6646, extension 315, or email mvpp@opcc.net. The Santa Monica Police Activities League, better known as POW, celebrated volunteerism and academic achievement recently at their annual recognition luncheon. Gail Choice has the story.
I'm eternally grateful for being one of the Chris Carey Scholarship Fund recipients. I've dedicated almost, this year will probably be, when I turn 19, it'll be the 11th year that I've been a POW member. And I've grown immensely with all the experiences I've gained here.
POW, we go from ages 6 to 17. I think that's one unique thing about us, is that the kids that actually come at age 6, they don't necessarily leave and take our programs. They stay with us that whole entire time.
You can feel the excitement in the air as city officials, parents, supporters, and volunteers gather together to honor young people who dare to dream.
It's an awards luncheon for juniors and seniors that are awarded a scholarship from the Chris Carey Scholarship Fund Committee.
I think this event is fabulous. It's an opportunity to showcase PAL for what it does in terms of being a proactive prevention program for the city's young people, but at the same time we get to showcase some of the accomplishments of the young people whose lives have been touched by PAL.
At first, I was a young, shy, and timid young girl, did not want to do anything. I was so super antisocial, and now after being involved for 6 years, I've transformed into who I am today.
You know, a lot of people think because, you know, it's game-centric and things like that, that's all it is. Well, PAL is a lot more than just fun and games. It's really about preparing young people through positive interactions with mentors and other responsible adults to get them ready for their eventual adulthood. So what we do is we expose them to a variety of people, a variety of things, and we teach them life and leadership lessons.
That's the one thing that is consistent about our programs and things that we offer, is that we definitely are there for the kids.
Gail Choice, Santa Monica Update.
If you'd like to learn more about PAL and what they do for youngsters, visit their website at smgov.net/PAL or call 310-458-8988. The Santa Monica Municipal Code requires businesses operating within the city, including independent contractors and those working out of their homes, to obtain a business license and pay business license tax. This tax goes to police and fire protection, sidewalk upkeep, streets, parks, and beaches. And now, in an effort to bring these and other businesses into compliance, the city's finance department is offering a business license amnesty program. But it is ending soon, quite soon, on May 24th. The amnesty offers a 90% reduction in penalties for businesses that have never applied for a business license. After the amnesty ends, the Finance Department will be actively searching for unlicensed businesses by working with the State Franchise Tax Board. So here's a word to the wise. Save yourself 90% and get your city business license now. All the info you need is at smgov.net/BLT-comply. The City Council has approved a contract to resurface Lincoln Boulevard from south of the freeway to the city limits near Ozone Avenue. The road will be repaved with a new rubberized asphalt for a smoother and quieter boulevard. The difference will be noticeable. New striping will result in better crosswalk markings and left turn lanes. Traffic detection cameras will be installed at 5 intersections. To minimize congestion and traffic-related impacts, the work will be done at night between the hours of 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. Look for this project to begin June 3rd and continue through mid-August. Want more info? Go to smgov.net/BEBP and click on Projects. As regular watchers of this show already know, Chain Reaction, the public art sculpture by Pulitzer Prize-winning cartoonist Paul Conrad, has been damaged and corroded by seaside elements, mainly salt air. One of the city's newest landmarks, the sculpture is in need of restorative work to keep it in place for future generations. The city has given supporters of the sculpture time to raise funds to restore the artwork and has promised to donate cash toward that end. But the need is very real, and in this economy, money raising has been slow. To date, the preservation effort has raised $15,000. That's good, but more is needed. So we are asking art lovers in our audience to help. Please consider making a donation of any amount to be used for preservation of this iconic piece of political art. To look for your next donation opportunity, check out their Facebook page at facebook.com/SaveChainReaction, all one word. Thank you. Well, that's it for this edition of Santa Monica Update. Remember the Santa Monica Festival from 11 to 6 on June 1st at Clover Park on Ocean Park Boulevard. I'm Tamara Henry. For all of us at City TV, thank you for watching. Check it out at the Santa Monica Public Library. You can find interesting arts and crafts info at the library, from needlework to printmaking. Check it out. You can turn out stylish hats with Vogue Knitting, the ultimate hat book. Find out the secrets about making metal jewelry with Heat, Color, Set, and Fire. Or get started in printmaking with Printmaking for Beginners. See what the professionals in the arts and crafts movement have produced with Arts and Crafts. Or get an historic bent on the topic with Arts and Crafts of the Native American Tribes. Whatever your arts and crafts desires are, check out the library to get inspired. For these and other books, audiobooks, downloadable books, CDs, and DVDs, check out our online catalog at smpl.org.